In the shadows of forgotten legends, fear still breathes. Welcome to Peculiar Bong.
When you picture Satan, the image is almost universally hardwired into our collective imagination. You see a towering, red-skinned monster, tightly clutching a pitchfork, ruling over a subterranean empire of roaring flames. But search the earliest Abrahamic scriptures for that specific monster, and the trail goes cold. Foundational texts contain almost none of that classic demonic imagery. In the oldest Hebrew writings, Satan isn't a proper name at all. It lacks the attributes of a fallen angel or a red-horned beast. It functions instead as a simple grammatical verb. The character we now call the devil emerged from a specific philosophical crisis called theodicy. This is the struggle to reconcile a perfectly good, all-powerful creator with a physical world filled with disease and disaster. Ancient writers resolved this tension by constructing a cosmic scapegoat over many centuries, a character designed to absorb the blame for human suffering while shielding the image of a flawless God. In early Judaism, the universe lacked a division between competing forces of light and dark. God was viewed as the absolute, unified source of everything, from the harvest that fed the community to the drought that starved it. Within that unified worldview, the word Satan meant to obstruct or to act as an adversary. In this context, any person standing in your way was performing the act of Satan. When the Satan finally appears in the book of Job, he isn't an enemy of heaven. He holds an office. He is a prosecuting attorney who works directly for God. His specific function in the celestial court is to challenge human piety, acting as a loyal tester of faith to ensure a believer's devotion is genuine. For people of that era, the concept of a divine tester accounted for sudden personal tragedy. It explained why bad things happened to good people, while keeping God in absolute control. History eventually stretched that theology to its breaking point. During the intertestamental period, the Israelites faced brutal, systemic oppression from foreign empires, while encountering Persian religions like Zoroastrianism, which preached a strict dualism of good versus evil. A prosecuting attorney testing individual faith offered no explanation for the slaughter of entire populations. Humanity required a new framework to comprehend world-breaking evil. The Christian New Testament provided the mutation. The loyal tester evolved into a distinct, malevolent entity, a fallen angel and a cosmic dragon dragging stars from the sky in open rebellion. This shift physically split the universe into an apocalyptic war of light against dark, reframing the former employee of heaven as the ultimate enemy of Jesus. By making Satan the catch-all for the world's violence and decay, early Christians could finally view God as flawlessly good, separated from the horrors of the physical world. Centuries later, the Quran introduced a pivot in the character of the devil, centering on Iblis. According to Islamic tradition, he belongs to a separate class of beings called the Jinn, creatures made of smokeless fire possessing independent free will. The inciting incident occurs when God creates the first human, Adam, and commands all celestial beings to bow before him. Iblis refuses, driven by a fierce pride in his fiery origins. This refusal defines his stakes. Iblis never threatens God's cosmic supremacy. Instead, he becomes a specific threat to humanity's morality, specializing in the exploitation of our insecurities. This dynamic led to interpretations by Sufi thinkers, who argued Iblis was the ultimate tragic monotheist, damned for refusing to bow to anyone except God. The Islamic framework of Iblis addressed the problem of the human ego. It shifted Satan from an untouchable warlord into an intimate psychological mirror of pride and jealousy. As the centuries progressed, the devil stepped out of strict scripture and onto the pages of Renaissance and Enlightenment literature for his final radical evolution. In Dante's Inferno, Satan is a frozen, weeping, three-faced beast. He is trapped waist-deep in ice at the Earth's center, chilling on history's greatest traitors. Dante's vision represents a pathetic isolation from the divine. This Satan is stripped of personality, voice, and power. A few centuries later, John Milton's Paradise Lost rewrote the character again. Milton's Satan is a charismatic, Odysseus-like figure, a highly intelligent general staging a doomed rebellion against an all-powerful creator. This literary shift moved Satan beyond strict theology, recasting him as a romantic, complex symbol of dangerous individualism and political defiance. He began as a loyal heavenly prosecutor, morphed into a cosmic dragon, shifted to a proud Jinn, and finally emerged as a romantic rebel. This timeline reflects a recurring historical pattern, where each version aligns with the cultural anxieties of its era. Humanity utilized Satan to categorize the unexplainable. We took our darkest internal traits, cruelty, pride, and isolation, and externalized them. By packing these chaotic traits into a single entity, humanity created a tangible enemy, a villain that could be resisted and defeated. The long history of the devil is ultimately a record of humanity's attempt to map the darkness within itself.
Do not close your eyes. They are waiting for us.